Speaking part 5 in CELPIP speaking is a big issue. A lot of people lose marks here. This is probably one reason why a lot of people fail the speaking test. Today we're going to go over why that happens, two major reasons, and then we're going to do some samples, and I'm going to show you guys the strategy, a very easy strategy, which will give you a very good start to ensure you do all of this in 1 minute with the best marks possible. Okay. So the first reason why a lot of people get this wrong is because if I choose, for example, the option on the left, I'm going to talk about that, right? I'm going to talk about how all these options are great for my choice. And 80% people do this, and that's why a lot of people fail. This question literally is called comparison and persuasion, which means you have to compare it with the other side. If you're not doing it, you're not going to score more than 9 here. I guarantee you that. 80% of the people don't do this correctly. So if you are against this option, tell the person you are talking to how these options suck and how these options you have are perfect. You have to compare, okay? That's number one mistake that happens. The second mistake, and this I don't blame you too much for. I am not going to be too strict on you for this because it is so hard to do, but if you can fix this, you can guarantee a 12. This is finishing everything in a minute, okay? That means all your points and the competitors or the opposite points need to be finished within a minute. This is incredibly difficult, but people who can do this can guarantee they're going to score a 12 in CELPIP speaking, okay? I'm going to show you how. There is a way to do this and make it very easy for you. All right, so let's see what we can do. First, we're going to have a look at this question here. You're thinking of buying either a classic or a luxurious chair for your house. Pick one of these two options. On the next page, you will persuade your spouse to consider your option versus hers, in my case. And I got these two options. I'm going to pick the classic chair. And this is also, you can say it's a strategy. Pick the option that you in real life would do. I'm a minimalist in real life. My wife is complete opposite. But I would pick this because I can talk about this. I personally feel okay with this. So I'm going to be more passionate and natural with this. At home, though, an important thing to do is talk about both options. So I'm going to pick this one first. Then in another practice, I'm going to pick this one. When you practice the harder stuff, the things that are going to be more difficult for you to talk about, you're going to score more marks in the exam because you will develop the skill of dealing with difficult speaking topics. Okay. For now, I'm going to pick this one, classic chair, and I'm going to read these points. You guys can pause the video if you want to read it. And on this page, so I picked this option. So I'm going to have this on my screen here, and I'm going to have the Royal Style chair, which is my wife's option right here. Now, when we start, you want to use HZad Education's speaking templates. They guarantee a great score. They have the words and phrases you need to copy paste in your real exam. If you haven't seen them, you can check them out. Go on our YouTube channel, type HZad Education CELPIP Speaking Templates. You'll find a lot of videos on that. Learn them and use them. For now, I'm going to go ahead and start with this one. Before I do, 2 words that are key in this part: nevertheless and nonetheless. Okay, so you're going to be comparing multiple options. So you can say, look, you have this, nevertheless, it's this. Or you have this, nonetheless, it's this. Okay, these are words that replace the word however. However is kind of basic, so you want to use unique vocabulary like nevertheless and nonetheless. Very handy. If you come up across another case where you have to use another synonym, go with however. And if you still need a 4th time, then use but at that time. So we want to go from best words to less, to words that are on the lower end. But usually you would just need 1 or 2 of these words because it's a minute, it's going to be fast. I was telling you about my secret strategy, right? So here it is. You want to use your preparation time to figure out how you can combine sentences. Once you do this, this will become a piece of cake. For example, if I look at my option, I got $66 here, and this option, which my wife wants, is $9.99. And you can subtract it. It's going to be $9.33, right? $9.33. That's how much more expensive this chair is. And by the way, if you're not good at math, you can even say $8.77. It doesn't make a difference. Your mathematics is not being tested. Your speaking is, okay? So that doesn't matter too much. So this I can say in one sentence. I can say this option is $933 cheaper than your option. So you see, I don't have to use additional words. I don't have to say your option is $9.99 while my option is $66, so my option is cheaper. I get to save so many words by comparing them in one sentence. Can I do this in another place? Let's see. This is talking about stains. This is not talking about stains. This is about a vintage feeling. This is about pictures. This is about armrest, and this is about color theme. None of the other sentences match, okay? I can force them. I can find a way to talk about material. I can say, look, the material here, it's stainless, but the one that you have might not be because it's cloth, and it's cloth. Actually, I can use that. Can't really talk about the sides, but that way I can combine the first sentence. That would be smart, okay? I don't feel like I'm reducing lots of words there, but in this one, I was able to reduce a lot. There's options, for example, if the question is you have two RVs, one sits two families, one sits three people. You can say that the other option will sit a lot more people. So there are times when you can compare things quicker. In this case, only the cost one I can compare quicker and save a lot of words. So I'm going to start with that. It's going to reduce my burden at the start. I will have less things to say, and it's going to be a smooth landing. Okay. Let's start our timer. 1 minute. Okay, I got my timer set up. Let's go. Hey, honey, how are you doing? I understand you're going to be pretty frustrated, but I'm not going to support your option for the Royal Style chairs simply because it is $933 more pricey than a classic chair, which would be giving us a vintage feeling that your option does not provide, which is okay. I understand you have great armrests. Nevertheless, consider this. We have kids. We have a stain problem all over the home. Just look at the walls we have here. Your chair is cloth. Mine does not have that issue. It has no stains. Furthermore, I understand your chair is great for pictures. I completely acknowledge that. But is that really worth it? Is it worth spending $1,000 more? Finally, please understand, we can put this chair in any room. My classic chair suits any theme, which is an option that is admirable. I think this is a great option because of that. Let me know what you think. Alrighty, so we were able to finish everything within, I would say, 50 seconds. Try doing what I just did. It is extremely hard. People cannot do all the options within a minute, but we covered everything here. I used furthermore and nevertheless, I think I used some connectors, at least 3, I think. I used simply, and I think there was another adverb I was trying to use. Maybe I used it or not, but I want to use adverbs. I want to use adjectives. At the end, I used admirable, and there are adjectives here which you can just get from the words that are mentioned. Overall, my objective was to finish everything within time, and a great start came because I was able to combine the costs. I said it's $933 more, so I didn't have to say a lot of words. So I did all the things that I mentioned at the start we need to do for this type of question, and if you do this, you'll score 12 plus. Well, 12, that's the maximum mark. So try doing that with the next option. Okay, you can take a screenshot here and try that. Use your preparation time wisely, and I'm guaranteeing you this will give you a good score. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to find more details about our course, check it out in the description. We cover all questions in 10 times more details with the templates written down. And right now it's at a 20% discount. You'll see the coupon code as soon as you go on the website. Cheers.